obvious question to start with then, and maybe you start, is how did you meet?
So we met, myself and Danny have known each other for about 10 years, going to parties. We met Joey in about 2010, started making tracks in the studio together, and we really hit it off. So instead of just carrying on with our own thing, we decided, we're going to need some sort of collective to do this mad stuff under. So yeah, that's what we did. So about 2010, the three of us met, myself and Daniel maybe 5 years before that as well.
You've got to excuse my ignorance with this, right? But do you think it's hard to go up to someone in Britain and basically ask them if they're into hardcore when you're in?
Yeah, it's really, really difficult. Yeah. They don't believe you a lot of the time, and it's like, really? Why are you not driving a Ferrari or something? And it's just not like that.
I think the word hardcore as well has got so many different connotations as well. For us, it's a dance music thing, so it's really based in Europe. Although there is a small scene in the UK, but when we were starting to make music, it was looking towards getting onto bigger festivals sites, and that was the kind of music we had to make to get there. And
Joey, do you find that when you look out to the crowd, do you find that it's something? Do you find it's a scene that's growing? Do you think it's something?
Yeah, definitely.
What about in Britain compared to like events like this today?
Well, I mean, I do UK hardcore, Happy Hardcore. I've been on Kutski's show a couple of times doing that as well, and that's a scene that's been going since the mid '90s. But the harder side of things always been a predominantly Dutch. Back in the '90s, it was big in Scotland, but when the Scottish scene kind of died off in the late 90s, it didn't really find its footing here, but the promoters in Europe really helped promote the sound and worked well with the artists, and you can see from the festival today the amount of effort they go into, and producers, they want to write and they're excited to write because they want to play on these amazing stages, so that's why it's flourished in these countries all around this area.
It's really strange to see as well. We obviously get quite a lot of Snapchats and things from people, and recently it's been exam time and they're playing this type of hardcore music in the library while they're rehearsing.
How mad is that?
It's absolutely crazy, but that's the thing, it's only crazy because we're not used to it in the UK, whereas it's the norm over here, and I think it's to do with the radios all play hardcore, they hear it all the time, it's almost their version of popular music, so they're adults, the mum and dad might have listened to it back in the 90s, they play their children it, and the children all grow up with it, so you constantly have this cycle of new people coming through, and I think that's why it's flourishing and growing so much, is because they've constantly got a flow of new people coming through.
And also with the likes of DJs like Paul Elstak going to schools, for example, and teaching the kids hardcore at a young age is another reason.
Appears on he's like a national TV celebrity over here, appears on reality shows and stuff, whereas you get maybe like Brandon Block or someone in the UK appearing on something, he's like that version in Holland, but it's hardcore music, so you can see how that kind of music flourishes so much with big celebrities endorsing it.
And you've got to excuse my ignorance with this, lads, but you're about to go do the signing tent, which I've heard is one of the most intense experiences here.
Yes.
I wasn't aware about, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, I wasn't aware how big you guys are.
I'm not.
I mean...
We're not. We're still coming to terms to it. We say this all the time when we get asked, is we started on that dance floor. So it was only 3 years ago, we gave one of the big DJs, Party Razor, our track, and he was the first to play it, and we stood on that dance floor right here at Dominator listening to our track be played. So it was 2012, listening to that, and then fast forward 4 years, we're playing a live showcase, the second to last set on the main stage. It's pretty crazy, so yeah.
That's crazy.
So, as you guys obviously had to be tight because you're a group, is there ever a temptation that one of you, say, in an emo moment, wants to make a ballad and has to tell the other two, look, I'm breaking away, I'm going full Bieber?
I make many different styles of music, but what we're doing with Destructive Tendencies is going so well. We work so well together, and it's not just musically. It's almost the brand and the business we're trying to build, especially over here in Europe. So we're really focused on getting to the top of this pile, if you will. For the foreseeable future, we're going to be gung-ho at this.
Yeah, definitely. That's what started off for us as wanting to play on these stages. It takes so much time to run. There's a lot more than just making music or just playing a gig. There's so much you have to do. Your social media awareness. There's it's a full-time job between us all, like literally trying to run the brand, as crazy as that says. And for three guys from the UK who were here as ravers a few years ago, it's surreal for us, and it even still is now.
I said I was coming into this event, and it was you guys that got mentions on Twitter. So, and you obviously have a lot of British fans.
Yes.
I mean, I really want to take this back with me. I really want to take back a big experience. I think you guys are the key to this.
Okay.
So, what time are you performing tonight?
9:30 we play tonight. We play half an hour till 10 o'clock. We play a live set, which is a showcase of all the new tracks from our album. Oh, it's a sampler of the tracks from our new album.
How does it work technically? Do you take it in turns to DJ? I mean, or do two of you have to kind of look busy when the other one's DJ? Let's be honest.
Well, I mean, with the big shows like this, I take the mic and kind of be the front man, if you will, and the guys are, you know, more than capable of taking control of the decks, and you know, they're really involved with each other as far as, you know, the mix and everything goes. So yeah, we're always busy, we're always looking busy, and when you see me on stage, you'll see how crazy we all go. I think that's what it's pretty much a big reason why we got so successful over here, because we're a little bit different from the usual kind of big Dutch and Italian artists. We bring a lot of energy that we've brought from the UK sound and the UK acts that we've seen in years past, and we bring that energy, and it's something new for the kind of Dutch, German, Italian crowds.
That's a great question, actually. What do you bring from Britain? What is the Britishness of your act that you're taking to these kind of festivals?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say there's anything British as such. It's just our interpretation on hardcore, the way we want it to sound, the way we want people to dance. So it's just what we like, and that's what we've sort of implemented onto the people since day one.
And like Joey says, what we try and do is be different. So we're just so in love with the hardcore music that we're making, it's hard to not see that when we're performing. And the Dutch people are not really used to that. They're not really used to seeing people go so wild. And when there's three of us and Joey's hosting the set on the mic, it's just different from what they see. So they're like, whoa, what's going on? And you'll see it tonight.
It's all about the drop. It's all about the drop.